What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and today we are looking at Jaspers' Wishlist. That is right, you can buy him food, toys, and treats now. DSP and Ethan Ralph going back and forth, DSP attacking LTG, and we're gonna look at the Joon the King DSP interview, which did not turn out the way DSP wanted. But first, it looks like DSP's puppy is going around flagging people. The funny thing is, as soon as he starts clipping stuff himself, he goes around and starts flagging other people that make clips on him. Funny how that works, isn't it, Phil? Then, as you can see, it was multiple videos, multiple clips that were flagged. Then, ladies and gentlemen, an update from TJ Gamebox. Apparently, not DSP spent $1,135 on WWE Champions. Thankfully, he sold that account, and it's definitely not DSP, right? Then, because I had to see it, you have to see this as well. Darcy to Phil created this thing and called it a Buffalo Phil. And then someone put Triple P's face over Khat, and we got this. Then we have a super chat about Khat. So this is from Cat Brunel. Phil, me hungry. Where food for Khat? Cat crave DoorDash. Tummy need food. Give belly burgers. Cat need grease. Rumble in my tummy. Feed me now. Then Nerd Brew puts this out. Drunk and Drunker. And we see Dumb and Dumber, but with DSP and Ethan Ralph. So DSP put these out first. Today I took some early PKE read-ins into the sector, namely Ethan Ralph. How did it go? And did I survive? Find out in the stream highlight. Then he also put out, today I tried to respond to LowTierGod, but where are his videos? Nobody could even send me his latest response because he's a bum. Watch the latest stream highlight here. So how did we get to this point right here? Well, let me show you what happened earlier on in the day. So DSP decided to watch the video where Ralph gets beat up in Portugal and laugh about it.
What the fuck? Look at this. Is this real? Oh my god, someone beat the shit out of him and they got it on camera. Dude, that's fucked up. Yo, he's getting pummeled. Oh my god. Who the hell beat the shit out of him? When did that happen?
Then guess what, guys? Ralph has discovered how big DSP's wife is. And we see a picture of DSP and Khat together, and it says widescreen. And Ethan Ralph says, Jesus fucking Christ, what in the world is this? And he didn't stop there. So we see a screenshot of Khat and Triple P next to each other, wearing very similar clothing. And Ethan Ralph puts this out. DSP makes 100K a year. Of course, half of that goes to WWE, but still. And he's pulling a chick that is fat as PPP. I'm learning about the freak on the fly, and it's incredible. Then we have an audio message from Ethan Ralph to DSP himself.
Hello, Killstream Faithful, and hello, DSP Phil Burnell. DSP, dumb, stupid, and petulant. I just now came up with that on the fly, because that's how I roll. I'm not a joke like you, Phil. You know, I can actually speak for a living, quite quick-witted, actually. But regardless, I just wanted to say I'm going to miss a show today, and I hate that I've missed all these shows recently, but I actually went to the doctor. I know the A-logs are desperate for me to fall off the wagon again, and I actually went to the doctor yesterday, and because of my hip, and it's been hurting ever since that car wreck. And I actually somebody told me in chat that I should get this checked out. I actually did crack my hip, so that's why I was a little bit off in the second video. I actually got medicine for that, but I don't really like it, so I don't think I'm gonna take it anymore because it kind of makes me feel sick. It's opioid, actually, and you know, I'm a pill guy, no doubt, over the years, but opioids kind of make me feel sick and, like, I don't know, like sick to my stomach, basically. So I'm gonna just do the therapy that they've suggested, and so I don't think I'll have to have any surgery or anything on it. It's just a minor crack. But that's not why I'm missing the show today, actually. It's because I have to deal with a family issue. and I have to deal with a personal issue. And I won't say anything more than that because there's no need to give the A-Logs any more ammo. I wanted to do the DSP pre-festival show basically today, but instead I'm gonna take this weekend. I may do a show tomorrow. Depends on if I have to travel because of that personal issue or not. I may do a show tomorrow to make up for it, do a Saturday show. I think that might be fun. But I want to get my ducks in a row. I just found out today that DSP lied about his parents dying. Like, how sick is this fuck? I honestly, I can't even. The more I hear about this piece of trash, the more I'm excited to go all the way in. So I do apologize that I'm going to miss today's show. And if I don't have to travel, without giving away too much information, because I know that there's stalkers everywhere when it comes to the Alpha male. When you look this good, you know, I guess I can't blame them. But if I don't have to travel, I may do a Saturday show, a special Saturday show, and kick off some of the coverage there. So, but no, I wasn't under the influence of anything other than that opioid, which I don't like, and so you probably won't see me taking them. But my hip has really been fucking hurting me, and I've been talking about it a lot, and ended up that car wreck, I did fucking crack my fucking hip. So that's what happened there. But regardless, I'm pretty tough. I'm pretty hard to kill. I'm pretty fucking hard to kill. So you'll see me again soon, possibly tomorrow.
Then Ethan Ralph put this out. No show today. I'm clipping and working on guest prep. Also, a special DSP show tomorrow to prepare for an eventual Fuck DSP festival later this month. That is right. Ethan Ralph is going to have his own special event called Fuck DSP Festival. That is awesome. Then DSP is stalking LTG yet again, and I put this out. DSP is treating LTG like Keemstar treated DSP when he said he might get a restraining order, LOL. And then the biggest thing is DSP said to LTG, stop getting banned. You can't say the N-word anymore. It's not acceptable. That is right. DSP is telling LTG he can't say the N-word. And then Dickstroke and Phil Vlogs puts this out. Someone get Dale a DoorDash uniform and the code to the gate. Then we see a gift of LTG and just says, mods, take his family away. Then ladies and gentlemen, it happened again. For the second time, the streak died. And once again, DSP has said the streak died because of the game. Not because of him, it's because of the game.
You want to know the truth? I didn't think we were going to hit the goal tonight. In fact, I was surprised when we actually hit it earlier, because I figured old school fighting games, it's not going to put butts in seats. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I mean, people liked it. It was a good streams, but you're not going to get people coming out with overwhelming.
But guess what, guys? He logged off. The streak was done. The stream was done. He's about to do daily rap. And guess what, guys? Out of some miracle, he received a $100 tip from an anonymous source. How convenient. And then he declares the streak is continuing because of this anonymous tip. This is the fakest tip I've ever seen in my life. And Phil will go on to describe it here. Watch his body language.
I just received a $100 tip from someone saying keep it anonymous. And it looks like they tipped as I was turning the stream off at 9:47. It is now 9:58. So basically they tipped at the very tail end of the stream. And of course I didn't see it because the stream was going off. They tipped $100. So actually, ladies and gentlemen, live here on the Daily Wrap, I'm here to announce the King Streak continues. We absolutely hit it. I mean, it happened after the stream went offline, but there was a $100 anonymous tip. Which gets us to 177, which means it is King Streak number 5. And it means that here on the Daily Wrap for the first time ever, it's time to make it rain. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing the King Streak to continue. I was actually not thinking it was going to happen today because I figured, hey, it's a fighting game. It's an old school Marvel. I don't think we're going to get tons of attention. The streams did well, but now all of a sudden with this last ditch effort, I guess, from this person that came late, we've done it. The coffers are filled yet again. 5 in a row and continuing. This is good because remember, I said if this continued to Saturday, I would basically get some food and we would do a feasting with the king. And it would have been unfortunate if just because I did a late night fighting game stream like this and it didn't do so well, you know, that it would have ended that. But you know what? It continues. And I kid you not. I mean, I can't show you the email because the person literally says keep anonymous email. I can't give you details of who this was or whatever. But man, I wasn't expecting that. To this person, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate that. Sorry that I didn't see it because you basically tipped as the stream was going offline. So I missed it. But there you have it. We've done it again. All right. Now.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, it is happening. DSP is turning into an ETHOT. You have to support his streams for $150 minimum each stream. Super chats, memberships, gifted memberships, support his Patreon, and now he wants you to buy all his equipment upgrades, any improvement for the streams, any games for the streams, and he also wants you to buy Khat toys and treats and possibly food off of Jaspers' wishlist. And we have good chemicals. DSP Daystream, he added Khat toys and accessories to his e-girl pay site, Throne, because he's never included his audience with Jasper. And then people kept saying, why should we pay for your Khat stuff? Don't you think this is a little bit weird? This is not a business thing. And DSP started saying he's gonna start banning people, anyone in the chat that is negative about Jasper's wishlist. He claims this is a positive thing. Then we get to Joon the King interview, and my god, we have a lot of quotes here. So first off, David Davidson, Phil telling Joon that he is now just learning that honesty is the best policy at the age of 42 is something to behold. Another quote from Poems Josh, I gotta work on that. DSP on telling the truth. Then to give you a summary of everything, during DSP's interview of Joon the King, he spoke DSP 65% of the time. The person he was interviewing was speaking 35% of the time. And then we got total words 13,655, words spoken by speaker DSP 8,910, words spoken by speaker 2, Joon the King 4,745, percentage of words spoken by speaker 65.25%. Then we have this from King Bill Purnell. WTF was that?
Phil for content and to keep milking him and getting more out of him. That I'm not cool with, you know.
What? I mean, Phil, I don't know like where to start.
You know.
What? I mean.
Then David Davidson. Phil got asked if he had a problem telling the truth, that he is a compulsive liar. His response is that, yeah, he lies and keeps telling lies and then gets caught. But thankfully, people are willing to look past that according to him. We have Mr. Lipjan. Joon, you will always be a LOLCOW. DSP, look, I agree with you, but the detractors. Then we have a clip from a next gen guy. Do you think I'm stuck? I make my own schedule. Yeah, Phil, and you haven't had a vacation in what, 10 years? Keep torturing yourself for WWE champions, dude.
I don't know. There's definitely a lot, Phil. There's definitely a lot.
Do you think I'm stuck?
I think you like it there. You like being stuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I love what I do. I absolutely love this. Is the best job I ever had. Even with all the shit that I go through every day. Dude, this is the best job I've ever had. I'm my own boss. I make my own schedule. You know, I love video games. I love hanging out with people. So even though you could say I'm stuck in a good place. It's not like I'm stuck and I hate what I do and I'm miserable doing it. Like I've been telling people, and a lot of people don't believe me, my life today is so much.
Then DSP tried shitting on other people. We have In Another Place. DSP just tried shitting on Turkey Tom the Joon. Not going well for him. Then we have an AI chat summary. Viewers are discussing an interview where they felt the host asked leading questions and made the interviewee uncomfortable. Then guess what, guys? Even though earlier he was crapping all over LTG, he continued crapping on LTG to Joon the King. And Otter puts this out. This is truly pathetic. Then we have Joe. I agree with what Joon said. If you can barely come up with a segment for the SOK, one of his worst troll groups, what's a duty doc going to do? Oh, he clips Phil's streams. Oh, the horror. Yeah, DSP was saying to Joon, you gotta do a documentary on my haters, my trolls, my detractors. And Joon was like, what's the point? All they do is clip you. Dick Stroke and Phil vlogs. Lying for 7 years isn't a little white lie. That's what Phil told Joon. Oh, I might have little white lies here and there. You had supporters donating because they thought you were in financial ruin, only to find it being sent straight to Scopely on a nightly basis. And then Joon the King said to DSP, you have a lengthy history of lying. And DSP's response, I agree. And then Joon was trying to tell Phil, you need some offline friends, you need a social life. It's not healthy just to be in this area that you're in here and just your little bubble. We have Poem Josh. Being told he needs an offline life in the softest of ways by Joon this morning was a way to try and have him understand the socialization could help him better judge situations he finds himself in. And then this is Phil's response. That's why my wife, and that's why internet friends. Next gen guy. Phil's having trouble understanding Joon is telling him to get a life outside of YouTube. In another place, Joon asked DSP about having a life and friends outside of work. Phil's answer is that he has his family and he's had other people on stream. And then this is the same thing he did with Brian and other people. DSP thinks Joon and him are friends as they have messaged before. Joon's face when Phil said that suggests otherwise. Yeah, remember Brian said, I'm an internet associate, not a friend. So in DSP's logic here, anyone that sends him a message is his friend. So basically, Duty has sent him messages before, trying to get him on his podcast and whatnot. So does that mean Duty's his friend? And then Poem Josh sums this up. This isn't a Joon interview. It's a DSP tries to debunk and gaslight everything by using Joon to make it all seem more respectable. Laugh my ass off. I'm sorry, Joon. And I'll say this, at least Joon is not acting like Keemstar and just blowing him live on air. He's taking more of the Craig approach, which I respect. We got Onion Man. Joon says the Turkey Tom Dog title is accurate. Laugh my ass off. And we have Otter. A reminder for future DSP detractor rants. Phil agreed with Joon that while there are a small number of malicious detractors, most of them are just reporting on him and aren't harming him. That'll be forgotten very quickly. And then DSP kept bringing up doing a doc on his detractors, his trolls. He kept going, dude, you gotta do this. They'd be more interested than me, dude. And the first example was Duty. Then this was very funny. So DSP asked Joon, why did you include a bald photo of me in the thumbnail? And Joon's response, I thought it was funny. Of course, this whole thing didn't start out very well. He blamed Craig last time for his unprofessionalism. That's why he had audio and visual problems last time. Well, guess what? It happened again. DSP last week. I figured out Discord now. DSP today. 10 minutes of black screen and counting. And we have Meow Block. Joon just seems dumbfounded by how stupid DSP is and the way he thinks. And then we have Piece of Peace talking about Phil with his comment about little white lies throughout the years. DSP seems to think his little white lies were simple lies of omission or something. Dude was calling people who just connected the dots mentally ill morons with meaningless lives, while straight up lying to their fucking faces. Laugh my ass off. Then we have this from Duty. DSP, why did you make a 4-hour documentary on me? Joon, you're King LOLCOW.
It goes through my early history before I was ever a YouTuber, all the way through the early days, mid-course, and all the way up to almost present day. It stops about earlier on in 2024. Why did you decide to do such a long documentary, particularly on me, when your previous documentaries had always been much shorter than that?
Well, I mean, it's your timeline, right? So it really reflects the time a person is notable. And let me reference, let's say, the Wings documentary, right? Videos.
Sure.
Wings really he has a really lengthy history, right? But he really only became relevant in the, I guess, LOLCOW space in the past maybe 8 years. You have been causing a bit of mayhem since 2003, 2001. So it was really because there was just so much stuff to cover, and people people still wanted more. I guess, but yeah, it was just because there was.
Then we have this from Mr. Ludacris. DSP asks a question. Joon replies by asking, "What do you mean? Do you mean this or that?" DSP says, "That's a good question. I don't know." That's basically how the whole interview went. Then DSP ended the interview. He went to his decompression stream. And he said he agrees that Joon is a bad person to interview because he keeps his answers short. That's your fault as the interview, Philip. Do we need to bring up lessons from Barbara again? Of course, what Poems Josh is referring to here is that DSP kept referring to Barbara Walters when he's talking about Craig and the side-scroller interview and how he crapped all over them. But he's doing the exact same thing now to Joon and Craig last time. And the fact that Barbara Walters asks a question and lets the person answer and keeps the question short and lets them have all the time to talk. Then guess what, guys? Right after the interview, this was announced. That being said, plus Joon the King, Sunday, 11:30 a.m. We will do better than what you saw today, we promise. And it was also announced that Joon the King would be on Agent Proper's stream as well. And Otter puts this out, which is a very interesting thing, because at this point, DSP uploaded his interview with Joon the King as Agent Proper started his stream with Joon the King, and Otter puts this out. Interesting that Joon the King reposted the TBS and Proper appearances, but not Phil's. Then we see Joon the King reposting That Being Said, and Joon the King repost Agent Proper appearance. Then we have this clip from Agent Proper's interview from Darcy to Flow. Joon the King on detractors. So this is his thoughts on the DSP detractors. I mean, a lot of these guys are just like regular people. You know what I mean? It gets a reputation because it's online, has a lot of trolls, but at the end of the day, it's just regular people that have a hobby, I guess.
It's very rare for people to interview or interact with Phil or touch the vortex, as we call it, any which way. How was it interacting here in the vortex?
Like overall, like through the process of research, I'd say like not that bad.
Okay.
Like I mean, like a lot of these guys are just like regular people. You know what I mean? Like it gets a reputation because it's online and it has a lot of trolls. But at the end of the day, it's just regular people that like.
Then we get to Marvel vs. Capcom last night. And the saddest thing I've ever seen this year so far. Jax Raxter tips $38. Now, why did he tip $38? Because usually it's $25, $50, even $100, maybe $150. He tipped $38 because Jax just had his 38th birthday. That is so sad and pathetic. Of course, in DSP's mind, he's like, I can't wait till he turns 50. And then, of course, he was getting beat down in the game. He was complaining about internet lag and issues, talking about the rollback netcode. You know, the usual things in any fighting games involving DSP. And then he started calling FGC players shills and now ball suckers. You know, the people that he wants to have on his show to ask them questions. And then he said his renaissance is now probably a comeback in his own words. And then someone asked him, oh, why are all the FGC players praising this game online, but you're saying it's horrible? And DSP said, FGC players are shills, saying they call Marvel vs. Capcom great online because they're trying to get attention and money. And then DSP on if he's lying about rollback netcode. Why would I lie? I'm telling you the truth, I have no reason to lie. You mean just like these 7+ years of WWE champions, and your lies upon lies upon lies upon lies of WWE champions? I wonder why, Phil. Then apparently what DSP is doing now is deleting comments. Which is weird because he has to approve comments in order for them to appear on the videos. And we have Page 5 King, which is a reference to Wings of Redemption with his trans porn Page 5. Not sure why you delete my comment about Ethan Ralph. Legit wish the drama nonsense would stop, and we just roll back into the way the streams were. Now remember this quote here, because this is going to come back and bite him in the ass.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep winning. I'm going up. You fuckers are going down. And there's nothing that's going to stop that.
Are you ready for this, guys? Interview watch party. DSP x Joon the King. And look at that. 13k views. Surely, with those views and DSP going up and everyone else going down, he's got to have more views than this, right? Well, look at that. Joon the King on DSP, 10k views. It's pretty sad when people watching your interview on other channels get more views than your actual channel views. Then during Marvel vs. Capcom, DSP said he knows fighting games more than 99% of people on this planet. He said if people listened to him, they would be educated about fighting games. And then he started attacking the detractors. And what is the comment that set him off? It was from the Friendly Gremlin, who's a pay pig, always donates, always gifts memberships. At DSP Gaming, no one cares because your opinion has less weight than professional fighting game players. What a few days that was. That's where we're at here. If there's any updates, I'll let you guys know. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards, and as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.